What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So I finally got all the juicy details on the whole CEO dream statue purchase. So of course, many things flew through my mind in terms of like what I would want for a dream statue per se. And of course, my budget, he had told me, is $20,000. So I could theoretically get Kratos life size. Granted, I would have to fork out an additional $7,000 if I want that. So it's 25,000 plus 2,000 shipping, and it would take 10 months to make. Of course, if I was to get that, I'd have to put it where the Wukong bust is, completely remove that shelf, which means I have to remove Devil May Cry and move Wukong, which, as you know, I'm already low on space in that room, so that is a very difficult endeavor. I do want the Kratos life size, but at the end of the day, it's the exact same portrait and in essence upper body as my current one, just a little different hand position. And then it has legs, Ragnarok armor, very simple base. I don't think it's worth it to me to get that. It would be extremely cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it'd be the best collectible in my collection. But I think it makes more sense to just pay for a bunch of pre-orders. Because he said basically he could wire the money for me. So what I was going to do is just have him wire Spec Fiction the money. And just pay for a bunch of pre-orders. So here is what I was going to pay. So first is going to be the Arnold bust paid in full. So in essence, I'm getting this for free, folks. Dark Side bust paid off. I paid a deposit, but we'll pay this in full. T1000 paid in full. Wukong 1/3 paid in full. Saruman bust paid in full. Spiral Studios Mothra paid in full. Cave Troll deposit paid. It's not enough to pay this in full, but deposit paid, and the deposit's like $760, so I'd still owe $3,000 on this. And that is it. So as you can see, I'd get pretty much all the most expensive pieces in my pre-order list would be paid in full. The Infinity and Queen Studio life-size bus. Cave Troll, I think ultimately will just be cheaper to go through specs. I'm like, yeah, better just to get it and get the deposit paid down. Mothra, I want to get, although I hear rumors that may not even release. So if it doesn't actually release, I would change that to maybe Thor 1/3 and use that, in essence, $1,900 to go towards Thor 1/3. So that is pretty much what I am going to do with that money. So definitely paying for a lot of pretty expensive pieces, and it's going to be extremely convenient for me now that I won't have to fork out that money. Now, granted, none of these are going to ship anytime soon. Mothra maybe soon. I mean, that thing was shown off 3-4 years ago. They told me it's going to ship in Q1 of 2026. Everything else wouldn't ship until potentially end of next year or year after, but it's definitely going to save me a lot of money. It's either that or I send the money to Prime 1, but I don't think I could even do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Or life-size Kratos. Again, life-size Kratos, exact same sculpt for the upper face. And this part, the arms are different positions. So in the life-size, it just goes straight down, and it has feet, and it has the Ragnarok armor. I'm also getting that Ragnarok armor on the 1/3 Kratos that I'm getting from Prime 1. So I just feel like it's a little excessive at that point to get the life size. Because I mean, like, imagine the life size right here, and then you do the 1/3 there. You'd have to move Wukong. Honestly, Wukong would probably have to go over here. Let's just say Wukong bust right here. Let's say you do Kratos 1/3, Thor 1/3, and then like Wukong and maybe Stellar Blade. And then you move this Kratos and the 1/3 right here. And I'd kind of make this entire wall Kratos. You do that right there. That and that down there. So that's like God of War 3. And then this would all be God of War. That is the best way I could think of it. It's just like a God of War wall with the life size in the middle. It definitely fit there, no doubt. You remove that 148-inch shelf. And I just ensure the base is no bigger than... I have a few inches to spare on the right side, but just ensure the base is no longer bigger than that. And you would fit the life size right there. Yeah, I could do that. I'd have to fork out an additional $7,000. And of course, the additional $20,000 of all the pre-orders. So it's not really helping my pre-orders at all because I have way too many pre-orders, too much money. So paying off $20,000 worth of pre-orders to me is just a more financially responsible way to do it, if you think about it. Now, I do want the Kratos life size, don't get me wrong. It would be the best piece of my collection, without a doubt. But it's just, man, forking out an additional $7K. I wouldn't have to fork out that $7K for another 10 months because it'd take 10 months to make. But I'd have to move a bunch of statues. Pretty much everything down low there, it's got to be moved. I'd have to really remove all of MK quarter scale. Probably just sell it or box it up. And then you can move like Devil May Cry, Aloy. Maybe move Witcher over here and some of these over here. But yeah, you'd have to get rid of MK quarter scale. Turn this into a 1/3 and bust wall with Wukong and Stellar Blade. And then that would be the God of War wall. Up and down, entire wall's God of War. So, I mean, that would be really, really cool for sure. I wish the life size I could do a different portrait, simply because I have an exact same face. Like if they could do a open mouth or teeth grinning, maybe a teeth grinning portrait with like really nice acrylic teeth, I think that would make me want to get it more. But if I do that, it's going to increase the cost substantially because I have to, in essence, sculpt almost a whole new face to do the teeth. Like any changes to the original life size drastically increases the cost. So it's really tough. I mean, I really do want that Kratos life size. Don't get me wrong. I'm still tempted to get it. Just be like, F it. Let's just do it. One of my favorite characters of all time. It'll be the best collectible in my collection. And all those other pre-orders, I can obviously afford making $500,000 plus a year. It's not a big deal. But generally speaking, am I going to fork out $25,000, $27,000 for Kratos? Highly unlikely. So this really is the best opportunity to buy it. So it's definitely a doozy. I still think Senate Spec is my best choice, but man, I would love to get that Kratos life size. Absolutely love to get that. I can just imagine how good that would be. What do you guys think? Life size Kratos or pay off all those pre-orders? Now, I'm still going to buy those statues regardless. It's just helping me so later down the road when like T800 shipping, that's paid in full, I don't have to pay anything. Where in the future, I'll obviously have to pay for it. So, and I will always take any help I can get, even if I'm making good money. I don't know if I'm going to make another $500,000 next year. I mean, I think I'll actually make more. I think I might make $700K. But we'll see. I can't tell the future. But if the trend continues, I will make that much next year, which is an insane amount of money. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, after taxes, that's $400,000 in my bank account, which gets me one step closer to buying that dream home as well. Life size Kratos. I really love that Kratos bust. Like, I love it so much. And I do think the Ragnarok armor does look better. Obviously, getting a full life size would be absolutely insane. I need to see how tall it is. I imagine it would be about as tall as this bust if you figure legs is right there. I mean, Kratos is only... What is he in? Hey, Alexa, how tall is Kratos in the God of War 2018 version?
Kratos is 6 feet 4 inches tall in the 2018 version of God of War.
Alexa, shut up. So he's as tall as me. So right now, my head is about as tall as him. So realistically, he should be that tall, but then you add the base, which is probably 4 inches. So it'd make him about 6'8". So he'd definitely fit in the room. We have 7 feet here, I think. 7 feet. So if he's only 6'8", that would definitely fit. Plus a little height would actually probably benefit him so I could see his eyes a little bit better. Definitely tempting, folks. Definitely tempting to do the Kratos. But I still think it's better just to pay off all those pre-orders. Anyways, folks, I just kind of wanted to update you guys on that. Again, one reason Kratos is... how would I figure out all these statues? Like, literally, everything has to change. And if I'm going to do life-size Kratos here, I'm turning this into a full-fledged God of War wall. Meaning that there, these two there, and up top I only want 1/3. So you do this bust with the Prime 1 Kratos on throne, And then right there, you would do Kratos 1/3, Thor 1/3. So this wall is all Kratos. You don't have anyone besides Kratos on that wall, but then Thor is on the other side of that bust. And then that's when you could go into Wukong bust, Zubaji, Wukong 1/3, Stellar Blade. That is how you'd have to do it. Or you do Wukong bust right here, Zubaji, and then right here you do Stellar Blade in the middle. So the bust is the separator from 1/4 and 1/3. That'd probably be the better way to do it, honestly. That doesn't leave space for Nemesis bust either. But then you got to figure out these. Like I said, moving MK is the obvious option. I hate changing this wall because I love it as a Mortal Kombat wall. But putting it over here, we're simply out of space. We could not do it. I would have to create space somewhere else, which is extremely difficult. Let me know what you think, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.